Howdy and welcome to another one of my videos, or should I say, meowdy! Today we're doing an in case you missed it kind of video. We are a little bit late to do the free run event, but I won't lie, I tried to record yesterday and I got overwhelmed. There was a lot to do in the free run event, so we're not doing that. It's so bad, but it's basically like Farmville, you know, you gotta like plant some things. You have to like plant directions, and then it's a whole thing. If you're seeing this video, it's probably already too late for you to play it. So we'll just do the event, which is Enduring Wish, I think. Unusual visitors. Oh, I wish I could synthesize. Okay. Wait, did I switch the screen? Yes. Okay. After a long time away from the Duchy of White Ridge, you finally return to Cedar Town for a vacation and check in at the Frozen Pole. Why is it always Cedar Town? Like, I'm for it. I really loved Chains of Eternity. It's, in my opinion, the best season. But I'm a little bit confused because we're always back in Cedar Town. The wind howls through Cedar Town. Snow falls so thickly you can barely see the road ahead. Goodness gracious, coming through weather like this, you must be freezing. Here, have some hot tea and warm yourself up, and take a blanket if you need one. How have you been? Oh, I'm doing just fine. With the snowstorm stranding all these travelers, business is better than ever. Speaking of stranded travelers, I've got two unusual guests staying with me. They call themselves the Slayer and the Hero. Whatever that means. Didn't have a single coin to their name. They look like they've been through a lot, so I gave them a room and put them to work. Fair trade, I'd say. Then they asked if there was anyone around who knew magic. I said, well, a matter of fact, I do know someone. Someone very capable. And since you're here on vacation, I figured, why not? Want me to introduce you? Where are they now? I'm just gonna redo my hair, I'm sorry. If you see my hands doing crazy stuff, it's because I'm putting my hair up. I'm gonna put it in a little bun. And honestly, because you can't see me, I'm gonna put this like in such a top bun. It's gonna be so funny looking. But honestly, it's best for my head to have the really top bun. And for everybody with long hair, do make sure to put your hair at different, like when you put it up, make sure to put it at different locations and stuff, because you don't want to develop like a bald spot where all the tension is, right? So you gotta divide the tension. They should be they should be near the outdoor springs clearing snow. To be honest, it's been years since the weather got cold enough to freeze the hot springs over. You and Gerda? I have no idea. Make your way to the springs. The capybara. Capybara that usually lounge here are nowhere to be seen. A few guests have gathered watching two figures at work. Why are you watching people work? That's weird. Like, do you do that? Do people do that? The springs are still closed? It's been days already. Well, look, it's frozen. Like, Elsa has nothing on this. Just kidding. I'm still clearing the area, but even when that's done, I doubt the spring will be ready anytime soon. How long is this gonna take exactly? Why are you still wearing your cloak while working? That seems really... To be honest, cloaks are kind of not it in general. Like, I'm thinking like Edna mode, you know, like no capes. How long is this gonna take exactly? The snow itself isn't the issue. As he speaks, the silver-haired girl beside him lifts her staff. The snow around them rises at once, piling up like a snow mountain before sweeping off towards the cliff. All clear. Now I'm freezing and starving. Well, that's one way to shovel snow. They definitely aren't your average guests. See? Told you they could handle it. I want Free Ren's outfit. Hey, that girl just now, she's a mage, right? Remember the job I mentioned? You mean clearing the hypofiends on the trade route? Yeah, not happening right now. Roads are blocked and the guards are stretched thin as it is. There are hypofiends nearby? How do you even know what hypofiends are? You just got here. You bet. Ever since the snowstorm hit, people have been seeing those things roaming around. No one knows why they keep heading for the northern hills, but caravans still have to pass through there. It's the only route. Do you say route or route? To be honest, I say both because I don't know which one is right. It's like data and data. Like, I have no idea, man. Some say it's the undead. Others think there's a witch living up there. Either way, something's going on. We need someone to deal with it fast. I've got a family to feed, and every day the roads block. I'm bleeding coin. It's interesting that they were like, oh, it's the undead or a witch. What do you mean witch? Both of those are bad statements because we already know that the undead, especially the ones in White Ridge, are good. Or at least decent. Like Valka was the, what's it called? I don't know, like general? I don't know. I forgot what her title was. But she was the one who fought in like the Divine War, and then all the other undead, they were like soldiers in that war. So like they're your heroes. Why are you still talking bad about them? You know, like like be so for real right now. But and then also witch, you mean a mage? It's just a mage. You guys already have magic in this world. What's the difference between a mage and a witch? Hey, there's some sword you're carrying. You're not from here for the hot springs, are you? Listen, you wouldn't happen to be up for a little hypofiend clearing, would you? Your friend looks like she knows her way around magic, too. Free run, what do you think? Depends. How much are you paying? This much gold? Will that do? That's not bad. Storm's bad enough without hypofiends. Not exactly tempting. Free run, they need help. And who knows? Maybe this gold can get us something useful. Local magic gear, perhaps? Fine, we'll do it. You heard her. We'll take care of it. The road will be safe again. You have my word. He's laying it big. You beat me to it. I missed a chance to make a fortune. You always crack me up. Alright, time for proper introductions. These are Freerun and Himmel. These are? Is that how you really introduce people? I guess so. I don't know why my brain, like, didn't function right. I just wouldn't talk. I don't know if I would say these are and then the people's names. I don't know. They're not exactly your typical pair of travelers, as you can probably tell. What makes them different? Like, why are we... These here are them. This here is the mage I told you about. A legend around here. That's some impressive magical energy. A pleasure to finally meet you. Gerda's told us plenty about your work. I can help with the hypofiends as well. Really? That's more than I ever expected. Thank you. That's wonderful. And while we're at it, I wouldn't mind seeing how magic works around here. Yeah, think you could show us a few things? Well, don't just stand there chatting in the cold. Come on, come inside. The mage and the hero, Snowstorm and the Rift. You lead Freerun and Himmel back to your room, where Gerda has the hot tea ready for everyone. As soon as Freerun steps inside, her eyes are drawn to the magic book by your bedside. Is that a... Go on, have a look. I'll lend it to you. Freerun is already flipping through the pages. You get straight to the point. You're not from this world, are you? And what gave that away? I've met others like you before. You weren't trying very hard to hide it. Fair enough. You're right. We were looking for a way back home. Have you heard anything that might help? Maybe, but start by telling me how you got here. I need context before I can say anything. Himmel nods, then begins explaining how the two of them ended up in Hesperia. The snow was relentless. Visibility dropped to nothing, and the band of demon-slaying heroes lost their bearings. In the blinding whiteout, Freerun and Himmel were separated from the others. Hater? Is his name Hater? The priest and Aeson the warrior. Do not crucify me, okay? I don't know who these people are. I watched like a grand total of like 2 or 3 episodes, something like that. By chance, Freerun and Himmel crossed a rift in time and space and emerged into yet another world swallowed by a snowstorm. After struggling across the snowfield with a drowsy Freerun in his arms and driving off the creatures known as the undead... This is brutal. Why are you talking about creatures known as the undead? Cedar Town, we've passed this already. Himmel finally reached an inn, thanks to the directions of a kind stranger, and learned the name of this world, Hesperia. Sounds like you've been through a lot. Freerun might not mind staying in this world for a few decades just to study its magic, but our companions and our mission remained in the world we had left behind. Do you happen to know a way for someone from another world to return home? It's never the same twice. What worked before might not work for you. Well, anything strange going on around here lately? Nothing aside from all the snow. You mean the snowstorm? There's magic in the snow. I can feel it. You done with that magic book, Freerun? Yeah, the whole magic system here is different. The way mana flows here isn't like back home. I don't think I can cast these spells the usual way. Even the ones I used in the hot springs felt weaker than it should have. And this snowstorm, it's got that same kind of magic as the rift we came through. Feels like someone set the storm in motion. This magic, it's familiar. The storm started the day we got here, so did the Hypofiend sightings. That timing doesn't feel like coincidence, does it? Let's find out together. Then I'll count out... His pose, it's kind of making me giggle. Then I'll count on your help. We'll clear out the Hypofiends, dig into what's behind the storm, and maybe leave behind a few heroic tales while we're at it. If we're stuck here, might as well make the most out of it. Let's get moving. I feel a little bit bad for Freeman. Following the clues you gathered, your group heads towards the north hills of White Ridge, where sightings of Hypofiends have been reported. The higher you climb, the fiercer the storm becomes, and the air grows thick with the scent of magic. It's freezing. Feels like we're getting closer to the heart of the storm. Even Hypofiends shouldn't be out and about in weather like this. It reminds me of that one Bowling for Soup song. Whoa. I don't know why that sound effect freaked me out a little bit. As you all turn your... Huh? As you all turn the bend, a shadow moves through the snow ahead. Hypofiend up front. Freeman, watch it. Where the north wind meets the sea, there's a river full... Whoa, dang, goodness gracious, that was Freeman? Girl, pop off! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna need her on the team. So the rumors... that was wild. Like, I don't know if it was all, like, visually, or if it was, like... You know what I mean? Like, is it really that she's that strong, or is it just her visuals are flashy? So the rumors are true. From that point on, every step is taken with weapons drawn. After what feels like an eternity... Feels like an eternity. A small wooden cabin appears in the snow, warm light spilling through the cracks. You knock. No answer. Doesn't look like anyone's home. We should check inside. You just break into someone's house? That's absurd. The room is silent, save for the soft crackling of the fire. But someone's here. A frail figure lies curled on the bed. An old woman. I wonder if we're gonna see, like, the new people. You know, because, like, this is Freeman and Himmel, right? But Himmel's from the past, right? From what I know of the story. I just got a message randomly. Ooh, ooh, day and night these ghosts are haunting, keen on parasitizing on me. Gradually I see the world is covered in ink and bleaches. Okay, I checked the message, it's fine. No colors blending in between. Help feel my lonely heartbeat and my... Help make the truth unfolded. Take my body back to freedom. Come, never hide in darkness. Find your sword, then keep on chasing. Please seek away to daybreak, fighting shadows to the end. Da 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 da. She doesn't react as you approach. Resting quietly on the bed, you can tell it isn't illness that put her to sleep. I had to check, hold on. But the weariness of age, her strength is slipping away. I think you're slipping away. So run away, say it with horrible. The cabin is well stocked, food, herbs, potions, even magic books. And yet, there's no trace of magic in her at all. Strange. So much for the witch rumors. We can't just leave her like this. You prepare a tonic to restore strength. She drinks it and color returns to her face. I'm glad she is able to drink. A hero? And a mage? Goodness, you made me medicine. Forgive me. I should be offering you tea, not lying here. Can I help you somehow? We're investigating the snowstorm and the hypofiends it's brought. Do you know anything about it? It's very interesting that we're like questioning somebody who is literally dying. Like, give her a second. I've seen those creatures too. I even know why they're here. Poor folks in the village, they must be terrified. My name is Oksana. I'd like to ask a favor, a formal one. But there's a condition, and I'll only speak if you agree to it first. That's crazy. And no. What kind of condition? It's a request not to harm someone. That's all I can say, unless you all agree to it. You glance towards Frieren and Himmel. A silent understanding passes between you. Alright, we agree. Hearing that, Oksana opens a book. Inside is a hand-drawn plant. Ooh. I was about to say it's an Everbloom, but like a different kind of Everbloom, because, I don't know, I guess I think everything is Ludovic. This is the Frostbloom. It grows at the peak of the North Hills. That's where the snowstorm started, and that's likely what's drawing the hypofiends. You'll find someone there. Someone who's no longer alive. A Graveborn. But please don't hurt him. I know it sounds mad. I know I'm asking too much, but he's not like the others of his kind. He means no harm. Why are you talking like that? Because everybody in Cedar Town should know at this point that there are plenty of good Graveborns. Like Ludovic, for example. Bro was just chilling. Is this a story about the... What's his name? He's kind of like a bird. Like, he's got bird vibes. I cannot explain it. But, I don't know. Like, I think he's a rogue. That's just my guess right away. You're talking about an undead. It'll depend on if he still remembers who he is. I see. After parting ways with Oksana, you continue up the hill. Just before leaving, you hear Oksana mumbling under her breath. Is it like shadowing? When will I ever see the sunlight again? After a long trek, you finally reach the top of the hill. Even though you've come prepared, the sight still catches you off guard. The Graveborn Oksana spoke of is standing there, clutching a sparkling crystal. This guy? Bro doesn't look undead at all. He just looks like he got beat up. Like he lost a fight. That's all it looks like. The crystal magic power twists the air into a roaring vortex of wind and snow, threatening to freeze the sky itself. At the center of the vortex lies a bright white flower, its petals still tightly closed. Magic flows through the storm, and shards of ice lash the Graveborn like carving blades, tearing wounds into his body. Hypofiends seem to be summoned by the vortex. One by one, they approach him. The Graveborn is in trouble. Let's help him, Frieren. One by one. Who are you? Stay back. He doesn't look Graveborn at all. Like, he doesn't look at all Graveborn. Like, most Graveborn have, like, gray skin, but he looks like he has like living color skin, you know, like there's still like blood in his veins. It's really throwing me off low-key, but we're not here to hurt you. That crystal he's holding, I recognize that magic. It's the same kind we felt coming through the rift. You sense a trace of something you felt before, back when you confronted the Frost Fury in the Valesa? How do you say it again? Valesa? I forgot. A force that is piercing, frigid, and so strong it seems to halt the very air around you. I know that power. You do? What is it? Cryanaya, the Frost Fury. That's her magic. The Frost Fury? You explain everything, what Cryanaya did and how you sealed her away. The crystal must have been what powered the time loop in Cedar Town. And now, with Cryanaya gone, there's no one left to keep its power in check. You heard all of that, right? The crystal is dangerous. Let us take it before more of those things show up. I don't care whose power it is. You're not taking it from me. It's hurting you. Why put yourself through this? What are you protecting? Is it that flower? You people... It looks like he's not budging. What now? Yeah, this got tricky. We promised Oksana we wouldn't hurt him. Oksana sent you? She did. Asked us to deal with the hypofiends and to not lay a finger on you. She says she misses the sunlight. Can't blame her. Anyone would get gloomy in the storm if the storm dragged on much longer. Please go back. Tell her I can't do as she asks. She doesn't have much time left. The moment I stop using the crystal, the storm will stop, and this flower will wither before it ever bears fruit. And that fruit is my last hope of keeping her alive. You're gonna have to explain. I see. So you'll keep the storm going until the flower bears fruit. How long will that take? Once the fruit comes out and Oksana eats it, it might help her body recover, at least a little. It could buy her more time. And when the time comes, I'll take the seed from the fruit and plant a new frost bloom, here in this never-ending storm. As long as I remain here, the flower will bloom again and again, bearing fruit each time. And as long as that continues, Oksana will never have to leave me. Never, huh? Oksana really didn't make it easy for us. She must mean a lot to you. She's the one I love. What? I guess this has been going on for a while then. Because that was like an old woman and this is like a young guy. You know, like it's not like grandpa giving roses or something to grandma. It's like a young guy. Unless he aged well. What's that one disease that makes you look really young? The storm rages on. More wounds appear on the Graveborn's body. He doesn't flinch. He just stands there, still as stone, eyes fixed on the flower like it's all that matters. Like a desperate child clinging to his last bit of hope. That's not depressing. You attempt to talk with the Graveborn. Your attempt to talk with the Graveborn leads nowhere. And in the end, you decide to run to the cabin. When Oksana sees you, there's no surprise on her face, as though she's been expecting this. The snow is still coming down. Looks like Kieran's dug in his heels again. Kieran is such a popular name, and I would not have thought that. Like, I've seen Kieran in multiple media, like multiple forms of media, and I've seen it in real life. Like, I know people who are actually named Kieran. Well, I have acquaintances. So I'm just like, what's... I wouldn't have thought Kieran is a popular name, but I guess here we are. He knows you sent us, but he won't budge. He's dead set on making that flower bloom. Well, at least the Hypofiends are taken care of. That fool, he's not being selfish, just scared. I'm sorry you had to get mixed up in all of this. Love between a Graveborn and a human sounds like a twisted fairy tale. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. But really, it's not that shocking, to be honest. Like, I'm not shocked. Come on in. The soup's on the fire. You kept your word and didn't lay a finger on him. It's only fair I tell you everything now. Sitting by the warm hearth, Oksana begins to recount their story. A mortal woman and an ageless Graveborn fell in love. They chose to live a quiet life in the hills, but as her body began to fail... I feel like I hear something. I think those might be like birds or something outside. But let me focus. But as her body begins to fail, Kieran grew desperate, like a child clinging to a dream. He began searching for anything that could defy time. Then one day, he came back beaming, holding a crystal in his hands. He said it had awakened the Frostbloom, a plant from old legends said to bear fruit that could slow the march of death. At first, I let him go on. He looked so hopeful, so happy. But then I saw the wounds, ones that never healed. That's when I realized what this hope was costing him. The snow, the Hypofiends, it all started with this crystal. I never wanted any of this, but by then, he was in too deep. I couldn't stop him, no matter how hard I tried. I thought I was ready to go, to leave quietly, but even the shadow of my absence terrifies him more than death itself. I mean, true, he's what's the problem? Why can't we get Niru here? Like, Niru is literally down the block, right? He lives in Cedar Town, or he lives on the outskirts of Cedar Town. So we could literally just bring Niru over here. For anyone who doesn't know, Niru is the Graveborn who can make other Graveborns. Like, his son Damon literally flat out died. And then he brought back his son Damon. And then his wife Shamira is also a Graveborn, although it's a little bit rockier how she became a Graveborn. Even Niru himself came back from his own magic because he studied the Graveborn. So he brought himself back. So why can't we do that for her? I mean, we should have done that earlier, to be honest, because she's like an older lady now. We should have, like, I mean, to be fair, Graveborn aren't like afflicted by the same like issues that their flesh had, as evidenced from Damon. So maybe, I mean, she'll just look older, but she's fine, right? We should just turn her to a Graveborn, but Ludovic would have issues with Ludovic too. Actually, Ludovic has grave calling magic as well. But he doesn't like it. He only was like gonna allow. Yeah, he didn't even help Princess Yelena. Well, to be fair, like he just stood by his morals. Not that he didn't help her, but he was just like, no, it's not gonna be the way you think, basically. When Oksana finishes her story, the room falls into silence. To Kirin, nothing is more precious than the time he had with Oksana. I just hope the sky clears soon. When it does, maybe he'll come home. It's getting late. You decide to stay the night. Oksana lights a small oil lamp before going to bed. That sounds like a terrible idea. Go on and get some rest. I've got a bit of sewing to do. Why are you making stuff up? The night deepens. Oksana and Frieren are fast asleep, but you and Himmel remain by the fire. We can't just sit around and hope the problem solves itself. Kirin's obsession goes back to that flower. As long as that hope survives, he won't stop. Even so, there's still something we can do. Yeah, as long as the storm keeps What? As long as the storm keeps going, more people are going to get caught in it. We'll help however we can. I guess she wouldn't want to be a Graveborn, because even now the Graveborn are still having trouble. Like, evidently, I thought we were all friends from the Verdant Treasure story. It doesn't seem that way, though. It seems like they're still kind of low-key discriminating. Like, low-key. It looks like tomorrow's gonna be another long day. After a night of rest, Frieren lounges across the bed, casually flipping through the magic book Oksana gave her as payment for clearing out hypofiends. Beside her, Himmel is polishing his sword. Frieren, how's that book treating you? Not bad. It's got some neat tricks in here, like a little wind spell, and one that keeps a candle flame from getting too hot. Let's figure out our next plan. Right. I did some thinking last night. Most of the hypofiends in the hills are gone, but Kirin, he's not going to listen to reason in this state. Maybe we should check on the village down the hills. They've taken the worst of the storm, and the hypofiends haven't treated them any better. You arrive at the village at the base of the hills. It was supposed to host a lively market, but the snowstorm has thrown everything into disarray. You'd really help us? That means the world to us. One by one, the villagers start showing up, each hoping you can make things right. When the hypofiends attacked, when the Fire Nation attacked, I lost my ring. It was a gift from my husband before he left on his last journey. Sorry, like that's too much. First, this is a snowstorm. We're not magicians. We're not miracle workers. We're just, well, actually, we are magicians, right? I guess so, right? But I don't, like a ring, like even if you lost your ring in normal circumstances, that thing is gone. Unless you literally like actively saw it. Like if it fell down a drain or something, you could probably get that ring back. But then it's not lost, right? If you lost the ring, ugh, I'm sorry. So you want us to help find the ring. All right, we're on it. I would have turned that down immediately. After a bit of searching, you spot a ring tucked away in a corner of the warehouse. It's just that. That's a little easy. What do you mean it's just in a warehouse? How do you lose it randomly in a warehouse unless you're going in and out of that warehouse? Okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious happening. I'm just like thinking about how you would actually get a ring lost, but finally found it. It's wedged in so deep that there's no way to pull it out by hand. Want to try the gentle breeze spell from that book? As Frieren speaks, she raises her staff. A current of air begins to gather at the tip. Wait a second, Frieren. If the wind's even slightly off, we might end up blowing the ring even farther out of reach. Then I'll need you to keep an eye on it for me. Got it. I'll guide you. Alright, Frieren. Target's straight ahead. About 1 o'clock. Ease up on the power just a bit. Alright. A powerful gust bursts from the staff. Is that like lore accurate? Does anybody who has... If anyone has seen Frieren, does Himmel actually guide her? Because I feel like that's like backseat magicking. Bro doesn't even have magic, so how is he gonna guide anybody? You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking, but maybe it works that way in the series. A powerful gust bursts from the staff. Dust fills the air, debris skitters across the floor, and for a moment, it feels like the roof itself might tear loose. The wind is still a bit too strong. Magic in this world really is touchy. Alright, let me tone it down a bit. The ring rolled left of that last gust, Frieren. Try aiming towards 10 o'clock this time. That's a huge difference. From 1 o'clock to 10? That's almost an entirely... Well, I guess it's not that far if you think about it on an actual clock. Because, like, 1 o'clock would be, like, right here, right? Hold on, let me see if my model is actually doing what I want it to do. Like, 1 o'clock would be, like, right here, right? And then 10 o'clock would be, like, right here. Right? So it's not that different. It just feels like it's different, you know? Like, because I'm thinking about it like this. Like, 1, and then rotate downward. But it wouldn't be like that. It would just be like, right? Oh, did you even see that? I think so. I don't know if I had my hand this high up, but whatever. It's fine. And make the wind softer. Alright, 10 o'clock it is. There's the faintest tremor in the air. You barely feel it, but a loose strand of your hair lifts slightly on its own. That one was too soft, Frieren. Boost the wind a bit and aim for the ground just under the ring. You mean like this? Yes, just like that. It's moving. It's lifting. Keep going. This time the wind gathers into a gentle yet focused stream. It cradles the ring perfectly, lifting it from the crack and guiding it upward through the air. As Frieren lowers her staff, the wind subsides. The little ring drops with a soft ping, landing squarely in Himmel's palm. Yes, that's what I call good teamwork. That was exhausting. Wait, why is everyone gathering around us? The woman who lost her ring thanks you profusely. With more people asking for help, you and Himmel decide to split up. Once you've dealt with the aftermath of the snowstorm, you find Himmel chatting with a painter. Master Himmel, please allow me the honor of painting your portrait. Think of it as my thanks for helping carrying my gear through the snow. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to preserve this heroic profile for posterity. We need to deal with the snowstorm first. Right, if we want to end this storm, we'll have to get through to Kieran. But that flower, it might be the only thing keeping him going. I just can't bring myself to take it away. Just then, a familiar figure shows up in a stall across the road. It's Oksana. How did you make it here? Excuse me, I'm looking for some buttons to match this old dress. Buttons, you say? Let me see if I've got anything that matches. Wait, it's you! I don't have what you need. Go, be on your way. Dang, they're mean for no reason. Without a word, Oksana turns away and walks towards the herb shop across the street. You decide to follow. Excuse me, do you have any herbs that can heal wounds? Sure, what kind of wounds are we talking about? A slash wound, but it's on a graveborn. You didn't need to give all that detail. Like, you did not need to give that detail. You could have just said, oh, it's a slash wound for my partner. And then bam! You know what I mean? Or if slash kind of sounds severe. I would have just said, like, some smaller cut. You know, like a... Oh, it's a cut from a... Like a... I don't know what the kind of materials they have in this world. But I accidentally cut... You know, my partner cut themselves chopping carrots or something. I don't know. Like, come up with a better excuse, but don't tell people they're a graveborn. Are you crazy? We don't deal with that kind of thing. Get out before you bring a curse down on us. Watching Oksana walk away with her head low, Himmel calls out to her. Oksana, let us handle it. Tell us what you need and we'll get it for you. Thank you. I was only trying to find some buttons for this dress. I bought it right here, many years ago. This used to be my village. I haven't been back in so long. If you don't mind an old woman rambling, would you all take a walk with me? I don't know. She's kind of making me giggle because you did not need to, like... You didn't need to say all that. like, you know that graveborns aren't accepted here. Why would you willingly give that information out? Especially when you know people talk, right? Like, use your noggin. It seems like she just wanted to talk with us and the villagers, no matter what. You take her arm and guide her to the corner of the market. Her eyes begin to mist over. She's been away for so long, yet this place is still full of her old memories. Back then, the girls in this village and I used to sit right at this gate, selling floral wreaths we made ourselves. I was wearing the same dress then. The buttons hadn't fallen off yet. That is crazy. That she's wearing the same... I mean, I can't even say anything because I still wear clothes from when I was like 10, something like that. I still have them all, actually. I have not changed. I have not grown. So I kind of get it, but it's kind of funny when I see another like character talk about it. Like, dang, you're wearing the same stuff? The same dress? That evening, a stranger came by. I handed him a wreath, and only then realized he was the Graveborn. Weren't you scared? He looked more terrified than I was. That mix of shock and heartbreaking sadness on his face. It left me so stunned, I forgot to scream. Before I could say a word, he dropped the wreath and fled into the cedar woods. Okay, so I allow young Oksana to be, like, scared because they didn't know that Graveborns weren't bad people at first. It took a lot of time. I still disagree with the notion that they hated Graveborns to begin with, but if you're raised that way, then I can understand it a little bit more. After that day, I wake up every morning to find a single fresh flower on my windowsill. He never left a note, never showed himself, just those flowers, like he was trying to say he was sorry, even if I didn't know how. Eventually, I stayed up one night and waited. When he crept over to leave the flower, I stepped outside. For the first time, our eyes met, and in that quiet, fleeting moment, a lifetime seemed to stretch before us. Between us, what happened next? But even then, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think it is acceptable, actually. Like, the more I think about it, the more... Because if you remember, the children, when Damon had, like, interacted with the kids actually had no beef with Damon. It was only the adults. So it's a precaution that they developed somewhere later in life, right? So they get scared of Graveborns as they get older. So where's the discrimination coming from? Like, you just... Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's making me upset. But okay, let's just move on. What happened next? Later on, we left the village behind. Too many eyes on us. We built a quiet life together in the cabin deep in the hills. Even now and then, when the village held a festival, we'd sneak back after dark. Just the two of us, walking empty streets and looking at the stars. And you never met Igor? Okay. Oksana. Her hair is fire, though. All this time, we've only been able to return in secret. I took you away from your home. Have you ever regretted it? How could I? I happen to like nighttime strolls, and who knows, maybe one day we'll actually catch a meteor shower. You always say that, but a meteor shower never seems to show up for us. See anything you want to buy? A few stalls are still up. We could leave the coins and go. Oh, there's a mirror. Look at me, I've got wrinkles now. Time may still be moving for you, but in my heart, you're still the same Oksana I remember. Even if you're 80, that won't change. By then, I'll just be a wrinkly old lady, slow and frail, and not nearly as charming. Now I feel bad. I feel bad because now I'm thinking about Neron, who's like searching for his wife, I'm pretty sure. I feel like somebody said that on stream. I don't know if he's looking for her or if he's just grieving. It could be one. But like, that's heartbreaking, man. And as a Graveborn, you're just there for eternity, right? Ooh. Not nearly as charming. And yet, you've looked at this strange old face of mine for all those years, and never once turned away. Oh look, they sell those star-shaped wish bottles. Couples write down their wishes and hang them on trees. Let's go get one. We'll write a wish for 50 years from now, and bury it under a tree instead. Because with you here, I think our wishes can afford to last a little longer than most. 50 years. Has it really been that long? Feels like it passed in the blink of an eye. Funny, isn't it? We never did get to see that meteor shower. Time really does fly. Now I'm thinking about the star shower spell. Remember from Tower of Memories? I want to find that old wish bottle we buried. Will you help me look for it? Under Oksana's guidance, you dig beneath the giant cedar and unearth the wish bottles that had slept there for years. Inside are 2 slips of paper, edges yellowed with age. Oksana unfolds them with her wrinkled fingers. So this is what we wrote back then. I'd almost forgotten we were ever that hopeful. Somewhere along the way, we started fearing aging and death more than I did. Strange it, a Graveborn shouldn't have had to fear those things at all. If there's anything left in this world that can get through to him, anything that might help him let go, it's probably this. Oksana, may I borrow the bottle? I think right now, Kieran needs this more than anyone. The Kieran used to laugh and sing, we weren't always quiet. We used to tell funny jokes, the stand-up was a riot. You make it back to the top of the hills. Kieran is just getting to his feet beside the body of a fallen hypophene. It's you, Oksana. Is she alright? She's more than alright. She patched up the very dress she wore when you first met, found matching buttons, and is still looking for herbs to help with your wounds. Are you okay, bro? Kieran, she would never want you to live like this, wounded, hurting, and carrying all this pain for the rest of your life. If there's any way to keep her in this world, I'll pay whatever cost it takes. I can't lose her. Can't or won't let yourself move on. Dang, Himmel. But if anybody has room to talk about it, it's Himmel. You know what I mean? Because, spoilers, I guess, for episode 1 of Free Run. I didn't watch that much. But episode 1, Himmel dies. Oh, like, if anybody, Himmel can talk about it. But I guess this is some, like, prequel kind of story, because I don't understand how Himmel's still walking around. Unless he comes back somewhere towards the end of the series, but it doesn't feel that way. At least from, like, the first 3 episodes or something. Can't or won't let yourself move on. You wouldn't understand. Himmel takes out the star-shaped wish bottle and hands it to Kieran. Kieran is confused for a moment, then recognizes what it is. Do you remember this? You and Oksana wrote your wish for the future right here, didn't you? Kieran opens the bottle with shaking hands, revealing 2 slips of aged paper inside. Dear Oksana, you always say I'll last forever. The truth is, before I met you, forever felt like a punishment. Day after day, I watched the world change and fade, while I stayed the same, rotten and forgotten. Then you showed up and left flowers at my grave. Whoa, when did that happen? You didn't flinch at my hideous face. You didn't shy away from my cold touch. And just like that, the heart in my chest, dead for a very long time, began to beat again. I know you fear the mirror. You fear the day you will see new lines and realize time is winning. But that's not what I see when I look at you. I see a girl in the snow who held out the reef to me. I can't stop time. I can't keep it from taking what it takes. But I can do one thing well. I can stay by your side and protect every moment you're given. I'll do my best to make you less afraid of growing older, less afraid of goodbye. I want you to wake up every morning and feel happy you did. I'll be with you until the day we have to part. That's my promise. It's the one of a kind forever I can give you as a Graveborn. Always yours, Kieran. To Kieran, to my forever love. Before I started writing, I noticed the first fine line at the corner of my eye. I thought it would scare me, but it didn't. If anything, it felt like proof I'd been smiling a lot since I met you. That's actually so sweet. And that's how I feel about wrinkles too. Because, like, people without, like, I don't know why people always want to hide, like, especially crow's feet. I think they're so cute, man. And it just shows you're a happy person. Or smile lines. I think you're just a happy person. Like, yes, wear it with pride. Don't cover it. Don't try to do any, like, changes. You're perfect. Okay. You always say you're cold, but to me, you've never been that. You're the warmest person I've ever known. Being with you taught me what really matters in life. It's not living forever. It's the moments we share and remember. So my most selfish wish isn't to live longer. It's that my time with you can make your forever feel a little warmer. Aww. I'm not asking for a promise that we'll never part. I just want us to savor every sunrise and every sunset we're given, and leave you with enough memories to make you smile the moment they return to you. Promise me something. If I'm gone, don't shut the world out. Keep finding the good in it. Like I'm still right there beside you. Take what we had and go see the world. Walk through the flower fields for me. Look forward to the spring that comes after the snow melts. As long as the world still looks beautiful through your eyes, my love is still with you. With love, Oksana. Man, that was a hard read. At some point, I started feeling really, like, teary. But it reminds me of Malachite and Zoisite. I feel like I talk about them a lot, but from Sailor Moon, Malachite and Zoisite. When Zoisite was dying, they were like, promise me something. And then Malachite's like, what? Never forget me. It was literally heartbreaking. Did I cry then? I don't remember. I'm trying to think about it. But it was very emotional. What Oksana really wished for. She never wished to live forever. All she ever wanted was to spend as much time with you as she could before the end came. I never saw it. How much of our time did I waste chasing the wrong thing? There's still time to give her what she really wants. The icy shell around Kieran finally breaks. He lowers his hand from the crystal, and the snowstorm around him begins to fade. Oksana. Just then, a hypofiend bursts from beneath the snow, completely ignoring Kieran and the crystal. Is lunging straight for the frost bloom. Okay, let it go. It's going for the flower! Ooh, it froze. It just says crystal, okay? So it wasn't the crystal after all. The flower is what's drawing those things. If that's the case... Determination flashes through Kieran's gaze. He turns on his heel, intent on destroying the flower once and for all. But it's too late. Amid the hypofiend's piercing screams, the flower twists and convulses before morphing into something that's beautiful and terrifying in equal measure. She's kind of pretty. Wait a second, we've seen this before. This was the silhouette of Countess, the queen. Random thing to remember, but yes, I remember this silhouette. I remember it. Master, glorious power, fresh, worthy vessel, grant me form, let me bloom. Why would you hurt me, Kieran? Haven't you always longed for my fruit? It's a mimic. That's not a real frost bloom. It's a hypofiend born from Kieran's longing. Kieran stands frozen, shocked, and the creature's claws are nearly on him. In the nick of time, Himmel throws himself in front of Kieran. His sword flashes, blocking the killing blow. I low-key feel bad. Bring back the Frost Dancer. She looks so pretty. Let her have her moment. The sky is clearing. You should be with Oksana now. She needs you. All she ever wanted was to spend whatever time she had left together. Himmel's words hit like thunder. Kieran looks at you, then down the hill where the cabin sits. Okay, she better be alive. She better be alive. I'm just saying, if she dies in the cabin alone, I'll be angry. Kieran looks at you, then down the hill where the cabin sits. He stumbles forward, heading back to her side. And you turn to face the last enemy left in the snowstorm. I'm in love with a fairy tale, even though it hurts. Frieren, we could use something. I couldn't read that. But that is an insane power. Did you see that? Once the final enemy is dealt with, you make your way back down. What? You make your way back down to the cabin. The storm has passed. Sunlight now warms the snow-covered roof. Kieran is waiting outside. As the door opens, Oksana... Okay, thank goodness, right? Like, I would be devastated if she was, like, dead before he got there. Kieran is waiting outside. As the door opens, Oksana steps out in her mended old dress, smiling. When their eyes meet, they don't say a word. They simply look at each other, and that alone says everything. Looks like the sky cleared up. It's a good day for a date. Let's go, my favorite flower. Let's go to my favorite flower field. I thought she was about to call him her favorite flower boy. I would have been like, whoa. I remember those little orange flowers. The nameless ones you loved so much. The wreath you gave me that day we met, it was made from them. Good memory. I bet it looks beautiful now with the sunset. Kieran turns to you and places the crystal in Freeren's hands, a silent gesture of gratitude. Then he carefully reaches for Oksana's hand, and together they start towards the flower field of legend. Beautiful. Tailing from a distance, you arrive at Patalia Plains. The saffron blossoms still sway proudly in the wind, but the unending snowstorm has left the orange flowers limp and withered. Freeren steps towards the field and raises her staff with a gentle motion. In an instant, petals unfurl around her, and the whole field springs back to life. A sea of color blooms all at once, glowing brilliantly beneath the setting sun. It's beautiful. Watching the sea of flowers and Freeren's silhouette among them, Himmel finds himself lost in the moment. Okay, again, I feel bad because I haven't even seen the anime that much, but I think like in episode 2, he did have like a moment in a flower field with Freeren, so that's what I'm thinking of right now. Watching the sea of... It's a flashback too, because he did die in episode 1, but like in episode 2 or 3 or something, she has a flashback of him. Off in the distance stand Oksana and Kieran, a woman bound by time and a man untouched by it, leaning together in silence as they take in the sea of blossoms around them. I'm sorry, Oksana, for being stubborn, for running away. I wasted so much time I could have spent with you. It's alright, Kieran. Look around. This field, this world, it's still beautiful, even if I'm no longer here. Saying goodbye doesn't mean it all ends. Why do you have to say it like that, though? You quietly step back, giving them space to savor this final moment of peace. Night falls. Himmel looks towards the distant couple leaning into each other, his eyes tinged with regret. If only I could take them to see a meteor shower. That would have been the perfect ending, bruh. Okay. Okay, like, watch the first, like, 3 episodes of Freeren on ×2, because that thing is slow. Okay? But, like, the context is, like, making me like, oh, dang it. If only I could take them to the meteor shower, that would have been the perfect ending. I could use Star Shower. Thank you, Merlin. Star Shower? What does it do? You explain that it's a spell that lights up the sky with shooting stars and makes the whole night feel like a dream. Huh? That magic is quite interesting. A sky full of shooting stars? Maybe we still have a way to grant Oksana's wish after all. That reminds me, this crystal. It really did let us travel across space and time, didn't it? So if we tap into its power, we should be able to get back to our own world. But is it just me, or is it dimmer than before? You notice it now. There's a faint crack in the crystal Freeren's holding. Unstable magical energy is leaking out, and the light is fading. It's probably been burning through magic energy this whole time. Looks like it's almost spent. Oh shoot, my phone! I have to get a drink because my throat is a little bit dry. I've been reading. I'm in love with a fairy tale. Should I cut this? Should I cut it? Who knows? Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it. That's the craziest song I know. Well, it depends. Shame we won't get to see the star shower in action, but this might be our only chance to return. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Could I ask you to watch over Oksana and Kieran? Of course. I'll make sure Oksana's wish comes true. Freeren places the crystal between you, and the two of you pour your magic into it. Slowly, a rift begins to open. Thanks for everything. These moments we shared, I'll treasure them for the rest of my life. Then, I guess this is goodbye. The rift in the sky slowly closes until it disappears, and in the silence that follows, a long-awaited rain of shooting stars begins to fall. Below, the flower field is lit by Freeren's magic. Remains in bloom for a long, long time. Bro, I actually kind of want to watch the rest of Free Run right now because I felt that way and I only watched like 3 episodes of it. So I'm wondering if I watch the whole thing, will this story feel more like powerful? But I believe that was the end of the story. Loki hated this event. I hated the event, but the story was fun. I liked the story, and I feel like that this is where it like I felt like Verdant Treasures had probably one of the best event styles. But this whole thing was a lot. I won't lie. With the actual quest mechanic. So I'll go ahead and buy all of these that I can. Yeah, because I'll have the dimensional stuff later. So I'll just buy these. And then eventually those will turn into the parts for other people. But yes. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the story. I know I did. It was very nice, refreshing. Had me a little bit teary. I didn't full on cry because some of these stories are kind of emotional. But this one I was kind of teary. I hope you have a good night or morning. See you guys next time. Love you guys and stay sweet. Bye. I just realized that I don't have I have to switch the transition screen. But not this one, okay? It's this one.